What's up, y'all? Jeffrey at Jeffrey TV coming to you live on Memorex. For those of you remember what Memorex is. From a remote location, as we usually do, when we walk this route wearing our Jeep hat. It's exciting today, people, because today I am using my new my new Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I went ahead and kicked out $1,000 for a phone. Something I said I would probably never do. But I kept looking at the specs of the camera and I wanted it. I looked at it as an investment because of the amount of pictures that I take. I take thousands of pictures. So you want to have the best quality you can, since I'm putting in that much work taking pictures, and I put, so much into that. So that was my reasoning. Plus, there was some other stuff going on with my phone, and I was due. And I found out the more I look at something, the more of a chance that I'm gonna pull the trigger and do it. And it seems I'll talk myself into doing more and more. Is there boogers? Is this not running out my nose? If it is, I don't care. I just don't want y'all to see it. Let me see something. All right, I think I got it. I can't see. Because you can see it's kind of cloudy. And when it's cloudy, you know how my sinuses like to do. This is a big phone. The phone is bigger than my S9. And since I paid what I paid for, made this investment such a huge investment into a phone, hell, I spent $30 on a case. I got the Unicorn Beetle case. I saw an ad for it or something, and it got me. I was like, yeah, I'll get one of them. How much is, oh, $30, okay. And I got the USB-C, the 3.5 millimeter plug adapter sticking out my phone so I can use my wireless microphone. So we'll see how that sounds. And I also found out I can use that adapter on my old phone. It's USB-C to 3.5 millimeter adapter. So I can put in, this thing is heavy. It's a lot heavier. So I'm walking, holding it with the stick, and my arm is tightening it up. But I'm using picture video format of 1:1. So it's square. Just want to see what the resolution is going to be, because it's all about, I can set the resolution and stuff later, but it's all about high quality audio and so-so quality video. Because I take these and I turn them into podcasts, and the video ain't the crux of this matter. Anyhow, I was talking at the weekly meeting yesterday, and we were talking about something. No, not in the meeting. In like one of our social chats that we have for the, my team at work. We were just talking about another guy who does podcasts and stuff. I guess I should shout him out. I don't do that though. I try not to mix work and the stuff I do here, because I was raised in the old school method, and you keep that stuff separate. Especially now with the woke culture and cancel, and as woke as my company is, and as hyper aware as they are of insensitivities, I really don't I think I only gave I think I only directly gave my personal email to one person, maybe two in passing, but one person. And that was just like 2 weeks ago. New guy hired, we was talking. He said he was doing old school funk music, and so he sent me a link and he wanted to keep it separate from work. I was like, yeah, so he sent me a link to my account. Probably could have used another account, but I gave it to him, then I sent him a little something. But yeah, I keep all that separate. I keep all that extremely separate. I want to be able to say and do and go and be as much as I can. So if somebody was to find my podcast and stuff, oh, it's better if I hold it up higher, huh? Like this. Is this better? Is it? It's a little easier to carry. That's, ooh, I wonder if I bring it down some. So bring it down some and hold it up. Oh, oh, hold it up straight more and bring it down and then bring it up. Then leverage it up. Oh, okay. Much better. Much, much better, people. See, we're learning. We're learning with this new Galaxy, new Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra with 128 gigabytes of memory with no external, no SD card input. You get 128 and that's it. On my S9, that's about what I had. That includes programs, apps, music, videos, pictures, everything. So I had 128 gigabytes, basically with a 64 gigabyte SD card in there. So I got 128, and I'm not worried about it. I think that'd be good. And I also saw where this guy, you can use the USB-C port to connect an external SD card. And I guess you can leave it in there and actually do work too. And I also saw a USB-C adapter where it goes from the USB-C to two plugs. One was for the microphone, you know, probably microphone or headphones or whatever, but the other one was for power. So I could have an external, what's it called? I can have external memory and have power going into the device, should I ever need to do so. Oh yeah, if I hold it up like this, it's much easier. Oh my God. Yeah, you want the angle to be more up and down, have the weight coming straight down instead of having the selfie stick out in front of you and you have to hold that leverage, that angle up. Much better. But it's fun. This is what I do. This is what I like to do. And I also had a program on my other phone called Quick Video Recorder where I could hit one button and it would already be set. It'd be nice little small, low resolution video with 320K audio. So good audio, small video, one button. And I like using that one. I might put it on this phone. I think I was trying to put it on this phone last night, but I couldn't I was having trouble finding the correct app because there's so many of them. And I wanted to make sure I had the right one. And I think I downloaded something and it didn't look right and blah, 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 blah. So I'll do it again. It means I gotta go to my old phone. Then the internet went out last night. That's what happened. I was trying to do it. The internet went out So, and I switched my switched my SIM card. Last night, me and my mother set up when my mother was watching Heartland, and I got caught up. Don't sit with that lady watching one of her corny programs, because you gonna get caught up. So I sit there and watch this little, you know, I don't know if the word is benign, but it's like a Hallmark Channel type, you know, pretty much edgy, barely edgy with soft edges, I guess you could say. You know, they try to put a little drama in it, but it's not gonna be anything catastrophic or threatening. So, watching that, so I said, forget it. I Googled a couple things, how to, you know, switch phones. I said, I forget it. Let me go get the SD card, put it in there and see what happened. So I did. And the phone figured itself out. It figured it was a new SD card, figured how to reboot itself. You know, it put me through some paces to finish the setup and configuration. It's a great time to be alive, y'all. Especially if you're into electronics and into the stuff that I'm into. It's just a good time to be alive. To be a street philosopher, I guess I just thought of that. I heard that name before. I wouldn't call myself a street philosopher. I think of myself as being too selfish, and too self-centered. But my philosophy does flow and encompass other people, even though everything I say, pretty much everything that I talk about is about Jeffrey. And why is that? Because this is Jeffrey TV. That's my, I ain't gonna say that's my excuse or reason, because that was created, the name was tagged after I was all Jeffrey. I had already been talking and podcasting before podcasts were podcasts. Hell, I was on the internet before the internet. So that's how that goes. You see this? When I get back home, I'm gonna check the video and audio. Cause see, the whole idea of that small file with the other program was that the video file that I created, it was small. It was so small, I was able to upload it to Facebook. I was able to tag it, MeWalking, talking, the date and whatever, and upload it to Facebook while I was still walking. I didn't even have to connect to Wi-Fi. That's how small it was. So I'll be able to upload that, and that was cool. You know, while I was walking, in fact, before I even got home, I could have it uploaded. So we'll see what kind of file size I get when I finish this up. Right now I'm at 13 minutes. So that's how we're going with it. Just walking, doing what I do. Loving it. Loving it, loving it. Woke up today, got on the scale. I feel so much better. I feel so much better. My nasals and stuff, I had it with the nurse practitioner yesterday. And one thing about her, she was young and Asian-ish. And I say ish because she was Asian, but you could tell she was raised with white folks. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Those of you who understand what I mean, it's not being prejudiced or racist, or probably being racist, but I've never denied not being a racist. I am definitely racist. Can I practice racism? That's another question. I can, I damn sure can. What I'm talking about. And I probably do. But, you know, you could tell by the way she was talking and into it. She knew her job. The only thing she just talked too much. She just talked too much. I couldn't get a word in. And then when I talked, she obviously couldn't hear me. She just kept talking right over me and was answering questions that I didn't ask. You know, she might have had coffee. You know, she was just gone. And I mean, that's what struck me. And sometimes I might do the same thing, but I do catch myself and I will stop. And in fact, when I went on the phone with a customer, there's times when I just stopped and I could feel myself sitting on my hands, just waiting. Literally allowing them to spend 2 or 3 minutes explaining a problem that I had already figured out. I could have remoted it into their computer, fixed their problem by the time they finished describing it to me. But that's not what customer service is about. Customer service is more than just fixing their problem. It's also fixing the user. But anyway, she told me, she gave me an antibiotic, and she told me that, did I say this yesterday and post it? She told me that I had some nasal spray I was given a few months ago that I was using when needed. Like if something was a flare up or something, I'd use it. She said, no, use it every day, 3 times a day until you're done with it. And hell, we'll get you a refill if we got to. Because it may help, you know, coat the inside of my lining of my nose or whatever. She gave me an antibiotic. I'm gonna take it 2 times a day till it's finished up. And she also prescribed another medication. And she said the name. And then when I got there to pick it up, the pharmacist was like, that's over the counter, that's Zyrtec. I was like, oh, I got Zyrtec. I was like, I got Zyrtec. And funny too, I bet if I was there with my niece or my sister, and or my mother, probably anybody, and she read off that, the medical name, the drug name, they would have known what it was. They'd have been like, that's Zyrtec. I'm just now realizing what loratadine is it's Claritin. And I love Claritin. I've been loving Claritin for years. I just call it Claritin. Until they told me, hey, you can get the same thing generic. I was like, oh? And that's where I learned what the word was. Laura something. So that's how that went. So I'm gonna probably reach back to him today, and say, hey, that last medicine, what was it? Just to be sure, because I wanted it to be something. I wanted it to be something special, not something I'm already taking. And if she tells me, well, you just got to start taking Zyrtec every day, even if you don't have a problem. I got no problem with that. As long as I don't get that pain and stuff anymore, because I started all this to say that I've been feeling good the last couple of days because it was clear, sky was blue. Now we got cloud coverage. I'm waiting to see what my nose and stuff do. I can definitely feel a little bit of, see, my nose was running walking on this thing. And I can feel it dripping down the back of my neck a little bit. But my nose isn't burning when I breathe, and real sensitive. And every time or a few times if I was to touch the upper bridge of my nose or my nostrils and kind of, put pressure on it, I can feel there's either scabs or boogers in there, and I'm not messing with them. I'm leaving them in place because I believe they're blocking or covering up maybe an exposed flesh or something like that. So So we're just going like that. I got a big trip coming up, so I got to be in shape. And I think I started to say all of that to say that I was feeling good. I think my last video I posted was feeling good, feels good. Let me see, watch this, I'm gonna pause it. I just paused it. One thing about doing it this way, I can pause it and it doesn't time out. So if I can get the resolution down and get this one, I use this one instead of using my other one. But the other one had, the other video, the reason I got the other video was because it was one button. I could do one button, hit and record. I hit one button, it'll start recording. But you won't see nothing on the screen or anything. The phone even looks like it's, you know, you can close the screen and it'll still be recording, so nobody can see you recording. So I don't know why I like to have that. In case, you know, you gotta go somewhere and you wanna do some recording. And you ain't supposed to. So I was saying I felt really good. Just feel really, really good. But when the other program that, you know, where I had all set up to do these podcasts, didn't have a pause button, or I didn't have the pause button activated. It was a pause button, I just didn't have it activated anyway. So I would actually have to stop the video and start again. That's neither here nor there. The whole point is that I was feeling good. My sinuses were good. It must feel like it's been a month, a couple months, when I was all just kind of messed up. Because it was even happening in Ohio. Then I came here and it seemed like it's been going on. Or maybe I was tired or something. But I feel good. And when I feel good, my whole day goes better, work is better, my attitude is better, my energy is better, and I've lost weight. The weight is, I'm not just, so miserable that I get off work, oh God, I'm just gonna eat and just sit here and do nothing. You know, my energies are better, so my weight is down. I'm not eating late at night, no midnight snacks, being crazy, getting up out of bed, getting up, making something. I don't know if I made something or not, but get up, get out of bed, go in the kitchen, do some prep, not just, you know, grab a piece of pizza. No, do some little bit of prep, then get back in bed with the food. Wake up the next morning, look inside the bed, and it's like a whole, look like a festival that happened, and people left their trash. I take pictures of it sometimes. Sometimes it's so embarrassing, it's impressive. And I feel good. I feel 216.8 today. I'm gonna walk here, get these probably 8,600 steps in. I think that's how much it is. I think it's 4,300 steps to that corner and back. So I'll get 8,600 in of my 10,000. Then I'll walk and break, both my breaks and my lunch. And that'll put me like, I think I did 16,000, 15,000 yesterday or something like that. So it feels good. I feel good. I get back on a good day when I was wearing my sauna suit in the heat. I can lose 2.6 pounds on these walks. Probably anomaly weight and just water. But it was still good to get on that scale and see that super low number. So we'll get back there. 216.8. I'll probably go down 1.8. 0.8 be 214. I'll take 214 on a Thursday. Baby steps. Baby steps. Because you compare your weight loss from day to day, and then you got to compare it to last week. Where was I at last Wednesday? Or last Thursday? How much was I? Am I down from that a week ago? And because the big thing is the weekend. My big issue, problem, etc. is the weekend. I need to have one good weekend. And hopefully if I'm feeling good, I can have a good weekend. So I'm gonna be out here Friday night at my mother's, which I don't know is good or bad as far as eating goes. I really don't know. But she got stuff. There's stuff in there. Oh my God, my mother. I ain't gonna lie, she drives me crazy. It's something about the dynamics between me and my mother that, I don't know, it's gotta be mother, son, something. But there's a contentiousness. I don't even know what the word is contentious in, but there's something in me that says, you're like, oh, leave me alone. Mommy, what you want? You know, like, you know, even though I know the woman has done everything for me, made me what I am, gave me more than anything in the whole wide world, I'm still like, what? And if she says something, it always seems to hit me sideways. But in hitting me sideways, it'll help me get to the conclusion. It'll help me make up my mind and figure out how I feel about certain things. Whether it's if I agree with what she said or not. And sometimes when I even disagree with her, it helps me to understand better what I think. And a couple times, it's been, you know, well, more than a couple, she said something and I didn't get it until years later. I was like, ooh, mother was right. But there's a lady, I got her groceries, she had her groceries delivered, I got the groceries, put them in there. This lady gets all the food that I like. It is ridiculous. This lady gets all the food. I swear I was at Walmart last night looking for apple chicken sausage. I swear. And I couldn't find any. She had some sent today. Literally, she had some. She ordered some last night, independent of me. And I'm like looking at that, and I was like, apple chicken. I love apple chicken sausage. Chicken, apple sausage, whatever. Then other times she had udon in her. And she got these kind of C-pack shrimps or something. I think she's doing the same thing I'm doing, Instacarting and seeing stuff and going, ooh. But she be getting a lot of the same stuff I get. So, I mean, I'm spoiled, and I definitely take it for granted. I've always had strong family, strong friends, so I don't know anything different. So I definitely just take it for granted. And I don't know anything else. I don't know anything else. I always have strong family, strong friends, social network. You know, I mean, for the most part, I've never wanted for anything. The only things I remember wanting badly was that CB radio. I had to beg my father for 2 years. And I finally got one, but he put me through the paces. I had to do the work for 2 years. Because the CB was like 150 bucks. And I was on, I was just, and I was like doing other things. They would try to buy me stuff to, you know, try to make it work. I mean, try to, not quite CB stuff, but walkie-talkie kind of stuff. And I would make it work. I'd figure it out. I had to learn about crystals and the channels and antennas and standing wave ratios and cables and linear amplifiers and power mics. I learned all that stuff and I loved it. I finally got I looked through the paper for the ad, because it was back, you know, during the trucker CB craze.
Hello.
People need to learn how to use ringers. If you're gonna ride your bike on the sidewalk, that's what those ringers are for. I learned that in Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, there's a lot of bikes. In fact, I think bikes have the right of way on the sidewalk in Amsterdam, or not on the sidewalk, but wherever I was, they'd be like, zing, zing. As soon as you hear that zing, zing, you can judge where it's coming from, and you know which way to react. They'd be like, zing, 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 zing. Another thing too, a side story. I helped the lady yesterday with her phone, get her get her email back on her phone, and she was coming from the airport in New York. You just hear the horns talking to each other. First you hear you hear the police with a whistle, directing traffic. You just hear the horns talking to you. And it's not like they're blowing at each other like get out of the way. Or like, look up, what are you doing? It's more like, hey, I'm going this way. Look at me. Yeah. You can hear them talking. And it was a constant, just horn blowing. I was like, damn, how much horn blowing is there? So that was fun. See, this file's probably gonna be too big. I might have to lower the resolution or something. But it don't matter because I'm already doing 30 minutes. So that's what those horns are for. In New York and other places, oh my God, where was I at? I was somewhere. Cairo. Oh my God. They don't even have lines on their street. People just be walking in the middle of the road. It's in Giza. People just walking in the middle of the road. They don't have lines. Lines are just a suggestion. So, and they beep, 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 everything. So, that's that. What was I talking about? People riding their bikes on the sidewalk and riding right by you. I didn't like that pre-COVID. I really don't like people getting close to me now. Like my daughter said, I was quarantining and social distancing 10 years ago. But, what was I talking about? I was talking about something, I forget. Anyway, yeah, I sure would like to see the file size. And I looked in there, I was trying to reduce the file size, the resolution. I couldn't find it right off. Usually under camera settings, picture format, whatever. I gotta go in there and find it. Anyhow, my name is Jeffrey. Swinging on y'all. Ouch. See, here's my hand. This is how my hand looks. 2 times. For me and for the funk. And for every atom and elementary particle that has ever existed in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, y'all. Nothing could be left out under the concept of universe. Theory of universe. Not theory of the universe. Theory of universe. An hypothesis of all as one. And I'm out.